Okay, I'm gonna pop the hood. Oh, I just lost power.
So there's Colton coming around the bend with the diesel generator. Nice. And look who it is coming here. It's Alyssa in the other Rivian. How about that for timing?
You can't park there!
And there goes the Silverado with the flashers on. It looks like Ryan is about to pull over right now. Look at them go. They are charging right now. This is a crazy setup. Look at that. Here we go. All right. Vehicle shutting down. Pull over safely.
We are range testing trucks to dead. Woo. Here's Ollie, and we are charging up the Lightning after a range test on the side of the road. This is amazing. I've always wanted to do this. We can bring power anywhere. So cool. What do you think, little dude? Yeah! This video is brought to you by StarCharge, the largest EV charging manufacturer in the world. They are also a provider of residential and commercial battery storage with microgrid solutions. This video is also brought to you by Kempower, the reliable, quick, and scalable EV charging solution for everyone and everywhere. Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video, and welcome to another EV pickup truck comparison video. This one, we are testing the range of 4 electric pickup trucks, 4 of the hottest EV pickup trucks on sale. And we're gonna see which one goes the farthest and what the range disparity is between each of them. It's going to be really interesting. We're running them all, of course, at 70 miles per hour in our standardized loop. We're going to be running them till they all completely die on the side of the road, till they stop moving. I'll show you my solution to save them later on, because we're going to have to collect all these trucks that are dead all over the highways. People in northern Colorado are going to think, whoa, electric vehicles don't work. They're dying everywhere. But we have to do it for science. I want to know truly what the buffers are on each truck, what's the behavior when they start to die, and of course, well, we want to see truly how far each one of them goes in the real world at 70 miles per hour in our loop style test. It is a perfect, nice 65-degree warm day, almost no wind, optimal range testing conditions. Let me take you through all of the trucks, walk you through the testing procedures, and then go see, of course, which one goes the farthest and which one goes the shortest. Guys, before we get into the main video, Ryan and I are joining you. We want to give you all the data right up front. This is going to be a long video. It's super entertaining. I highly encourage you watching it. All trucks running to dead at the end and charging them on the side of the road and towing the Cybertruck. It's really a fun watch, but a lot of you just want to know how far these things went. And well, that's what we're about to show you. 2 disclaimers. Very rarely do you ever run out of charge in the real world. In fact, I don't think I've ever run out of charge randomly in an electric car unless no, not even unless. I don't think it's ever happened unless I was testing. So it's just like something that very much never happens. The cars all tell you how far you can go. If the charger's farther than that, you kind of know you're not going to make it. If it's closer than that, you know you'll make it. It's no problem. And you usually know that before you start on your journey. So just wanted to get that out of the way. This is for testing purposes. We are not here to showcase EVs dying on the side of the road, because it just is like gas cars. I mean, you kind of have to be dumb to run out. So, or have a major vehicle issue, which, you know, is rare with electric cars. Ryan, we ran all these trucks to dead. I want to give the results away pretty early. Would you mind pulling up the graph?
Yeah, let me share that right now.
Okay, cool. And while you're sharing that, I just want to mention towards the end of this video, we are, again, running these trucks to dead. The original intent when we ran everything to dead was to have everything sort of on frontage roads, pulling into parking lots. We're off the highways, but there where we live, you know, sort of in that Wyoming, northern Colorado area, there are huge gaps between exits, and a lot of us died on the side of the road. And it wasn't dangerous. Like we have huge shoulders. It was all good, but I just don't want to make it a regular thing where we're dying on the side of the road. And I had a mobile diesel generator to charge everyone up, which again, it's kind of funny. We're driving on diesel since, you know, it is what it is. We just needed power for testing. Again, it's not a daily charging source. But yeah, so just like we're learning, we're trying to adapt our testing procedures. I think we all agree it's not perfect, but it is entertaining. And yeah, no one got hurt. It was all good. So let's pull up the data before we start the video.
Yeah, can you see it here?
Nope. Let me add it to the stage. There we go. Now we can. So, very rarely, Ryan, do we give away the data right up front, but we have range tested now every pickup truck on the market from Hummer EV. And yesterday we ran all of these side by side. In the next clip, we'll walk everyone through the testing procedures. It's about 10-15 minutes of testing procedures. And then we are talking about the range test towards the end of the video. It gets really exciting, really spicy as the trucks start to die. So I encourage everyone to do it. But Ryan, would you mind, listing what you're showing here and how people can access this data?
Yeah, of course. So this is all on outofspecstudios.com, and this is our 70 mile per hour range test. And up here in the top right, you can select your vehicle group. I've selected trucks, and right now I've selected just the vehicles that we tested yesterday. There are some other trucks that we tested, like the Hummer EV, which I can show briefly, but we're going to be talking about these four right now.
And yeah, let's just rattle off the numbers if you don't mind.
Of course. So our worst performing vehicle in all senses was the Ford F-150 Lightning Lariat. That got 282 miles, and it's EPA rated for 320 miles. So it didn't do super great. Its efficiency was 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So
I think that's the thing, is it's kind of a brick. And of course, I did pull roughly 130 kilowatt hours out of it. If you take 282 miles divided by the efficiency, that's what we got. I wouldn't say, I mean, I love the Lightning. I know you love, we all love the Lightning, but it's 3 years old. It might be time for a refresh. They have updates for model year 24 to make it more efficient. This was a model year 23. So again, I think this is one of the older original trucks. Even the Rivian that we're running came out at around the same time, but that's sort of the updated drivetrain. We used a dual motor. So this is the oldest electric truck here in terms of design. And well, not to make any excuses, we all love the Lightning, but it is the shortest range. We ran all these trucks, like you'll see in the video, same day, same conditions, same time.
that's right. And unfortunately, it was also furthest off from its EPA rating. And the next vehicle we have actually is the Tesla Cybertruck. And of course, it's your Cyberbeast. And I think this might be one of the first times that Tesla has outperformed its EPA rated range. Well, it's actually technically not EPA rated, but it's their quoted range. We got 304 miles, but it's rated for 301 miles. We got 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour and pulled 123 kilowatt hours from the battery.
Yep, exactly. That is the big question for me, is why did the dual motor in Austin do so much worse, 50 miles worse than this tri-motor, which should be, at least according to Tesla's rating, is 20 miles less efficient, I think, or about 17 miles less efficient, something like that, than the dual motor. I actually think on the highway, they're pretty much identical. But even then, weather conditions and the elevation that we're testing at. Again, when we're comparing these range numbers, we only compare them on our test loop up here at elevation, so that everything is apples to apples, especially with other vehicles. But Ryan, 50-mile delta, that's crazy. And that's all down to conditions, I guess.
It must be, yeah. And this is something that I wanted to mention is I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it seems like we got really great numbers on this test. My best bet is that, I think the temperatures were solid. We can see 48 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and most of the time it was up into the like mid 60s. So those are good, but not great temperatures. We usually see the best ranges around 80 degrees. I think something that may have helped is it seemed like we had a little bit of like a cross tailwind going out into Nebraska, but by the time we were heading back, a lot of the wind had died down a little bit. Either way, it didn't seem like it was that windy, so I'm not entirely certain why we got such great numbers from this day.
Yeah, all of these trucks did great numbers. Do you know what the last Lightning that we tested did? The one on it was a Platinum.
Yeah, I believe it was 260. Yeah, 260 miles.
Well, that adds up. We had more efficient wheels and a tonneau cover, so a 20-mile gain from the Platinum to the Lariat, which is a lower trim vehicle but with smaller wheels. So that makes sense. But Ryan, I was feeling that headwind in the Lightning on the way back. I think we got hammered too on the way back to Cheyenne. Everyone will watch in the video, but yeah, huge numbers all around. So Cybertruck, the Lightning, okay, that did 20 miles better than our last test. That actually is the only one here that makes sense. So, okay, great. That's as expected. The Cybertruck doing 50 miles more than our last test in Austin. Crazy, but that's why we run every vehicle here in our loop. And the Rivian, we've tested this exact Rivian before in worse conditions. And do we have the number for that?
Yeah, I have that right down in the notes. And the only major difference is that it was marginally colder, about 10 degrees colder at the top. But again, it was the same vehicle. And last time we got 308 miles, whereas this time we got 345 miles. And its
And it's
EPA
the
was
same procedure.
352.
And they've added running, like Jason added running boards to the My Electric Home R1T dual motor non-performance, we should say. Not that the performance or non makes a difference, but it primarily runs, the rear motor's disconnected during the entire range test on the dual motor because it's an automatic disconnect reconnect. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ryan. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say that it had really impressive efficiency for a truck at 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour, which again, really solid. And considering the conditions, I'm quite impressed. And one thing that I'd like to mention is if we did have the max pack, according to the amount of energy we were able to pull out, we probably would have gone about 367 miles. But we didn't have that truck, so that's speculation. But I thought it'd be interesting to mention that.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning it. Yeah, the max pack is very little difference between the large pack. We've done a whole video in-depth series on that. But yeah, so we tried to get a dual max for this, but it would not have changed its place in the order here. And then you drove the big boy. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, this was a long one. Took a while. Chevy Silverado EV 4WT. So it's got the small 18-inch wheels, big old 215-ish kilowatt hour battery usable. Took a long time. It was a bummer that there was no Super Cruise, but 434 miles was crazy impressive. It was 2 miles shy of breaking Lucid's record of 436 miles. Interestingly, it has twice the battery size and half the efficiency. So an interesting two strategies to reach the same range figure. But
yeah, I mean, what we really need to do is get the Lucid and the Silverado on the same day. Because holy smokes, that is two totally different ways to achieve big range. You could call it smart range and dumb range. But I think for a pickup truck, you kind of just need big ass batteries. There's no way around it. And I mean, I am so happy Chevy just stuffed a big battery in that truck.
Yeah, it's really nice to have. And, my dream would be to throw that battery into like a Model 3 rear wheel drive. That'd be really fun. Maybe the range test wouldn't be so much fun, but
Yep, great, cool. Well, what do you say we get to the main video? We just didn't want people to be like, I have to watch a 2-hour long thing. No, you don't, but you should because it's really enjoyable.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, let's get back to the main video. I want to start out all the way on this end over here with the Ford F-150 Lightning. This is a F-150 Lightning extended range Lariat. This is sort of the range spec. It's on the 20-inch aero-ish wheels. Ford doesn't call them aero wheels. I do. It's got a tonneau cover. Each one of these trucks actually has a tonneau cover. We're really maximizing the range on all of them. So I'm really curious to see how this goes. We have driven this truck across the country. It still only has about 6,000 miles on it, so it's still fairly fresh, but we're going to be doing 100% charge and draining it all the way until it stops moving and dying on the side of the road. I have run another F-150 Lightning in our range test on this loop. However, and it died actually pulling into this parking lot. I really ran it to dead, and a viewer who was watching the live stream helped push. Shout out to that guy. That was an awesome video, really fun. However, I've never run the extended range Lariat. That was a Platinum without a tonneau cover. This should go farther, and of course we can use this for some of our data. A lot of the reason we're doing this is so we have comparable data to share with you on autospecstudios.com, where we log our charging versus range and 10% challenge data and these interactive graphs. You guys should check it out. But we really needed to relog all the trucks, so we're using this as an opportunity to gather data for us. And then we have the big boy. This is the Silverado EV work truck. However, it's not just the regular work truck, it's the work truck, because it's the 4WT. This is the over 200 kilowatt hour battery pack, big boy, 450 mile range estimated by GM. it might actually do that today. I don't know. This might be the longest range vehicle we have ever tested. I'm really curious to see how it does. I actually just called Lucid this morning. I'm like, hey, do you have a Lucid Air Grand Touring you can send to us? Because I'd love to run this and a Lucid Grand Touring side by side. You have, you know, smart range, efficiency, sedan, super next level tech, and I would say dumb range, big ass battery, and just send it. And that is what this thing is. And that's kind of what you need in a pickup truck, especially when towing, or just big batteries. In a future video, we will be towing with all of these trucks actually across the entire Rocky Mountain range. So stay tuned for more of our testing. But this thing, we know it's going to go the farthest, but just by how much, I'm really curious to see. That's going to be the one. This is the truck I've been looking forward to test for a really long time. And then we have a Rivian R1T. This is a dual motor version, the more efficient drivetrain compared to the quad motor version. It's actually the large battery pack, not the max pack. We couldn't track down a max pack for this video, but actually this is the exact truck, and it's loaned to us by myelectrichome.org here in the Denver, Colorado area. Shout out to those guys. If you need any electrical work, EV charging installs, anything in the Colorado area, give them a call. They're super cool. They always support us with their Rivian when we need it. And shout out to them. So we have the dual motor large battery pack version, 135 kilowatt hours usable. That's what we've already pulled out of this truck before on day one. So we have it here again. It was more efficient than my Rivian, which is the quad motor version, and it's on the 21-inch wheels. So out of all the Rivians we had available, this was the one we could get the most range on. We also found out it's only about a 20 to 25 mile difference between the large pack and the max pack. So we aren't really missing out on that much, I don't think. And then we have our Tesla Cybertruck. We've made a few videos with this truck so far. It is the tri-motor version. Yes, the dual motor version would be a little bit more efficient. According to Tesla's website, they say about 20-mile difference. However, I'm not actually sure I buy that. Tesla does not EPA test their Cybertruck, unlike Rivian, unlike Lightning, and I believe unlike Silverado, but the Silverado may not be EPA tested. I got to look into that. So Tesla just is allowed to make up whatever number they want to say that's how much range it has. It's because it's got a big bed and it weighs a lot. So I've already range tested a dual motor Cybertruck, by the way. I did 254 miles at 70 miles an hour all the way till dead. And so now we're up here in our testing ground. It's a warmer day, and we're gonna see how this does. I also have the wheel covers on the truck. You'll take a look here, because I know the Tesla people would be like, it does 700 miles if you put the wheel covers on it. So I sourced a set of wheel covers for my friend Ben. We threw them on our truck, and we'll be able to go 700 miles now because we have the wheel covers on. So that's awesome. This one is the only truck here that's actually running on all-terrains, and it is the most efficient tire available for the Cybertruck at the time of this recording. It's on 35-inch Goodyear all-terrains. Crazy. So, you know, of course, when Tesla launches their all-season option, we have to retest it, and I want to get a dual motor on all seasons to compare it against this truck here. But again, this is the most efficient configuration from a wheel and tire package available for Cybertruck at the time of this recording. And again, I think that dual motor versus tri-motor on this, by the way, the rear motor's off when you're cruising on the highway. It's a dual induction system in the rear, and it's primarily front wheel drive running on its permanent magnet primary drive in this one. The dual motor is actually swapped. You actually rear wheel drive most of the time, and then the front axle is the induction motor in that system. But ultimately, whether you drive the tri-motor or the dual motor, one axle is pretty much off freewheeling, and then you have one primary drive that's doing a lot of the work. And so that's where I don't think there's much difference between dual motor and tri-motor, and trust me, we will run an efficiency comparison as soon as possible to show you guys the difference of dual versus tri. Again, I doubt it's 20 miles in the real world, especially on the highway when cruising. So those are all the trucks that we have. Let's just show you what we're charging at. So you guys will be curious, how are we charging the Cybertruck on a public charger? Well, the Cybertruck has some weird interoperability bugs with third-party chargers, but actually the ChargePoint chargers allow it, and they let it charge, and the truck allows it, and it lets it charge. So you have to pop the side covers off the truck. You have to pop the charge port cover right over here. If you can come in and take a look at this, we had to pull this out of the way and then directly interface into the charge port inlet here. The reason we have to do this is this adapter is technically not rated to charge at 800 volts or 1000 volts. It's a 500 volt maximum rated adapter. And I think Tesla was trying to protect people from electrocution with this design, which is smart, where they will eventually come up with a 1,000-volt rated adapter that should interface. At least I hope they do in the near future. But ultimately, this is a workaround. Just don't get too close. We are charging at 800 volts right now. I can show you the charging voltage inside the truck. Let me just get it going. We're in service mode. Let me pull up high voltage charging. We're at 78% at the moment. So high voltage charging, take a look in there and you can take a look and see we're just over 800 volts charging this vehicle at, I don't know, what amperage does it say, Alyssa? 95 amps? Okay, great. So that's kind of a little nifty trick. It doesn't work on every charger like I mentioned, so don't rely on it, but it does work on some Signet stations. It works on some BTC stations. I think it works on ABB. I haven't tried it yet, but I need to. I know for sure it does not work on Delta High Power. And I don't think it works on Delta City either. Maybe it does. But either way, it works on some chargers. Tesla apparently, I hope, knows this and will fix the interrupt bugs, but it's a low priority. They really expect people to use superchargers, and I don't think this is affecting many Cybertruck owners. It is for us though, because of course we need to charge our vehicles for testing. The Rivian over here is charging as well. We're charging all the trucks up to 100% on DC as we always do. And this one is, if Alyssa can stand close with the keys, I can show you what it's doing. It shut off.
I just got a notification charge point or something.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Yeah, nope, it's charging 75 kilowatts at 59%. So it's doing some power sharing between the Cybertruck and this one. And so the first vehicle that plugs in gets priority, it seems, and then the second one gets the leftovers, more or less. It's a weird power sharing strategy I'm noticing. This Silverado EV 4WT, it's already showing 320 miles of range, and it's only at, let's see, what state of charge are we at on this thing? 71%. It's doing 150 kilowatts still. This thing will charge at 377 kilowatts peak I've seen. An absolute monster. I can't wait to do the charging tests in an upcoming video, because this is actually a much more useful truck, but a lot more wasteful because you have a lot of batteries in there. I think for a pickup truck though, this needed to be in the market. Chevy did the right thing and just dumped batteries in it. And then this F-150 Lightning is charged up pretty high, but those of you who know Lightnings, it takes forever to go from 90 to 100%. And it also doesn't show you charging speeds in the vehicle. The model year 2024 does. I hope that comes as a software update, but it's at 94% right now, and it'll just sit at 12 kilowatts or so, and it's going to take a while to completely top charge. So those are all the vehicles. Those are what we're range testing. And I guess what I should do is walk you through the testing procedures. So the testing procedures for today are as follows. Well, we always set tire pressures ahead of these races. What am I talking about? Range tests. We've been racing across the country too much. We always set tire pressures to manufacturer suggested when cold. If the tires are warm, we always go 1 or 2 over, but we have them all set at manufacturer when cold. So our tire pressures are bang on, absolutely great. We're going to be running the trucks in the most efficient drive modes possible using climate control. We always do between 68 and 72 degrees set, whatever feels about right. Again, it's a nice day. I don't think climate's going to take too much of a load, but we always run with climate in the most efficient setting. That still allows for temperature control. We're going to, of course, DC charge up to 100%. The reason we DC charge to 100% is so that the batteries are nice and warm before we go. We do these range testing in the middle of winter, in the middle of summer. We always want the battery packs at the same temperature when we leave. And typically when you do a deep DC charge, all the batteries have the opportunity to get to the same temperature they want to get to. And then what we're going to do is as soon as we complete at 100%, we're all going to pull out of here. We're going to probably unplug and replug the trucks so they all complete around the same time. We'll all drive out together at 100% state of charge onto I-25 just over there. We're going to jump up on I-25, head north to Cheyenne, into Nebraska, and all of us will have different turnaround points to get back over here to Wellington, Colorado. When it's time, Alyssa, just stand this way because you're about to get run over. When they start getting close to 0%, we are going to continue driving at 70 miles an hour. And when the vehicles come off of 70, when you can no longer maintain 70 miles an hour, we'll take the next exit available and run them to dead on frontage roads at reasonable speeds, or at least at the maximum speeds the vehicles can travel. Our plan is to fully use the bottom buffers of the vehicles and go till they stop. For example, the Cybertruck, when I tested it on the last range test, this is on newer software from them, so maybe there's optimizations, I don't know. But it stayed at 0% for a while and I still had plenty of power. So that's where you don't want to just go until it says 0. It's not fair to the vehicle. It's not, maybe it's fair to a customer use case, but we just run until they die. And then you can choose. We'll show you, of course, when they hit 5% or whatever. We'll show you when they hit 0% indicated. We'll show you when we can't maintain highway speed, and we'll show you when they die completely. And then it's up to you guys to say, well, what do you believe 0 is? Because I can see an argument that we should end the range test at all of those points, but why not just give you all those points? We'll run until they stop moving. The recovery strategy. Once they die on the side of the road, I have rented a 50 or 60 kilowatt diesel generator. It is on a trailer. It's attached to my Rivian right now, and I've strapped a 40 kilowatt mobile DC fast charger from Autel onto that unit. Autel's been a great supporter of Out of Spec. They've let us test and play around with a lot of their DC charging equipment. I have their 240 kilowatt all-in-one station, but I was like, hey guys, I want to do this video and I just want to have a little mobile charger I can wheel around. And so they sent me their 40 kilowatt one. It's hooked up. It's already plugged into the bus bars in the diesel generator. I've been charging vehicles for the last couple days on it. It's working great. And what we're going to do is once they die, Colton, or I hope Colton, I don't know if he's available. Hopefully someone's available to jump in it. I left the keys in the truck at the office. They can drive it over, park right near us. We have 25-foot long cables on that one, and then we'll juice up the trucks on the side of the road enough to get back here. If the 12 volts die, that's always a concern. We have a 12 volt jump box as well. The Cybertruck is the only one that I'm worried about here because this does not charge on the Autel. I mentioned, of course, Tesla has some weird interoperability bugs. Unfortunately, with our Autel, it doesn't work. So I have another friend, my friend Will, who has an F-150 Lightning and a Rivian. I don't know what he'll have it hooked up to, that has a trailer with a winch. And we're just going to winch the Cybertruck onto his trailer and wheel it back here and get it charging on this unit or maybe the supercharger. I'm not sure which, but we'll just get it to a charging station. So that's the plan. There's a lot of information up front, but we have 4 trucks, lots of distance to cover, lots of testing to do. We got to go in, grab snacks, get ready, and hit the road. So all the trucks are getting very close to 100% now. And let's talk to the crew. Brandon, you're taking the Cybertruck.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that great stuff out of this, but it'll be cool to see if this is any better than the all-wheel drive one that Kyle tested.
Yeah, well, the temperature is like 25 degrees warmer, and we're at
true.
elevation, so the air density is a little less. And so we'll have to run a dual motor on this loop as well. Maybe we'll run Eric's truck or something up here. But yeah, we're at 99% on this one. It's doing 30 kilowatts. It says 15 minutes remaining. Teslas sometimes top balance and calibrate. So yeah, we'll all leave at the same time. We'll just shut off all the loads on the truck after they complete. And we have to reassemble the Cybertruck afterwards. So. Ryan,
Yes,
you're taking the Silverado EV.
sure am. Buckling up for a long ride.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, dude. You think it's going to do 500 miles?
No, not 500, but I think it's got a good shot at setting the record. I think it's at 436 with the Lucid. 212 kilowatt hours. Needs to do like 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour to break that record. It's possible.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. That is pretty efficient, 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour, because it's 214 usable.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what we got out of the Hummer. Maybe you'll get more. We'll take a look for sure. But yeah, it's definitely light wind. It's, there's always weather. We live in the world, the earth. But it's about as good as it gets, don't you think?
Yeah, especially, yeah. I mean, it's March and we've got great weather for this, so.
Yeah, we picked the right day for sure. I'm excited. So yeah, dude, you're going to be in for a long haul. We'll catch up with you towards the end. But yeah, we do need to rerun a Lucid, by the way, because we were just talking. We feel like it did a little less than it should have.
Yeah, definitely. I think 436 was the number. I think it should be able to do more than that, but
yeah, 450 you would think out of that thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll try it again one day soon. We just asked Lucid to get a car out here so we can run it through all the stuff now that the weather's getting nicer. So yep, the Lightning. Alyssa is oh no, I'm gonna take the Lightning. Alyssa's gonna take the Rivian. Let's chat with her really quick. It's actually Alyssa's first range test she's ever driven in. So, Alyssa, you're charged up to over 300 miles of range, getting close to 100%.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from this range test?
Drive it 70 miles an hour, currently at 86%, at 46 kilowatts. And yeah, just gonna keep rolling.
Okay, very cool. So you have the dual motor, large battery pack. It'd be great if we had a max pack, but I still think this will do well. We can pretty much tack 20, 25 miles on whatever you get here, and that'll be the difference. The only other modification to this truck, other than My Electric Home's wrap, which is awesome, there's their phone number, by the way, call them if you need charging installs, is they have added these running boards, which the other trucks have running boards as well, So I think it's kind of fair. I don't know. I wasn't about to go remove his running boards.
It's like pennies. It's not going to make a huge difference, everybody. But you can comment and let us know that it will make a huge difference.
I mean, I always like to be as precise as possible, but you know, sometimes, like especially with Rivian, they didn't have a dual motor max pack press truck around, so we have to borrow them from friends. But this is way better than if we ran our truck. And Jason's got a nice tonneau cover on it now, which will help a ton. And yeah, looking awesome. So really, really pleased. Still on temp tags. That truck is brand new. And yeah, then I'm going to be taking the Lightning. We've actually had 2 issues with the Lightning up to this point, running out of charge before it indicates 0. But we have been charging, driving, and Ford dug into the data on the truck and they were like, well, the BMS just lost a little calibration at each stop. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. One of the reasons we also go from 100 to 0 is to ignore BMS calculations. We go from when they click off at 100 to where they stop moving. So we don't really have to rely on guessometers or predicted range analysis, because again, sometimes they're wrong. This truck shut off with 6% remaining in the middle of our cross-country trip just because it lost calibration. So the reason we're running them all to dead here is so we don't have to worry about BMS calibration. We're just going till they stop moving. And Ryan is unplugging, replugging?
It stopped accidentally. My bad.
Oh, did you stop it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I looked at the screen and it was like, stop charging. No. And then it stopped.
Okay, weird. So anyway, we'll get this one topped up to 100%. It's got to be close. It's over 90, right?
93.
So 93, yeah. So they're all completing around the same time. By the time we get the Cybertruck side put on it, well, it'll be ready to go. You can see here we're charging, just top balancing, 821 volts full, and you can see the battery pack, of course, is in series and not parallel, which means we are charging at native voltage, which is great. Battery pack's nice and warm like we like to see it. And in terms of the settings on this truck, Brandon's going to be running chill, lower ride height, and actually focused suspension. The reason is, watching Dan Edmonds' review of the dampers on this truck and the suspension, is the truck actually uses a little bit of power in the pressure relief valves to soften the suspension, versus other vehicles like Hummer EV as an example, which we tried to get for this race, but we just couldn't source one in time. But we will have a Hummer in some future videos. We have a viewer who's going to bring one by. Awesome dude. The Hummer is a relaxed setting with no power consumption, and then uses power consumption to stiffen the dampers. And I guess I could see pros and cons to both, especially when towing. We're talking minuscule amount of power here, but we are going to try and give every truck the best shot possible. But when towing, at least in this situation, if the truck loses power, has a damper failure or electrical failure, the suspension will stiffen, and then it will at least be safe to use for heavy loads. So that's kind of our thought. So you got that, Brandon? You're going to run chill, suspension, and stiff. Stiff. That's focused.
Okay, focus.
Yep.
Chill, focus.
Chill, focused. Yep. Chill, focused, and low suspension. That's the max range setting for the Cybertruck.
I would do entry if I could.
Yeah, that's right. Keep it in entry. It doesn't let you drive, but you'll keep it in the lowest suspension possible. And viewers, not that it totally matters for the range test story, but we had a few issues getting a couple vehicles to charge to 100%. And so we had to sort that out. And it took probably an hour to get them all up to 100%, because the Silverado randomly wouldn't charge above 93%. But I don't think it was the Silverado's fault. I think the charge point stations were having issues maybe in that voltage range, or something was happening where it just wouldn't charge it above. It just kept saying, the truck said charger failure. The charger was like, try again. And so I don't know. So then what I did is I pulled the Silverado next to the Cybertruck, and I'm like, oh, well, the Cybertruck is still top charging. Let's just level 2 charge the Silverado off the Cybertruck. Cybertruck's still accepting power. So we put in probably a couple kilowatt hours of just level 2 charging the Silverado while the Cybertruck was top charging DC. But then the Cybertruck completed at 100%, and we were draining the battery of the Cybertruck down into the Silverado. So I thought, okay, this is crazy. Let's go take the Cybertruck, drain it off 100%, go pick up my Rivian and the diesel generator. We'll get those. I'll charge the I'll charge the Silverado off the diesel generator to 100%. That worked fine, and I'll show you that here in a moment. But then the Cybertruck wouldn't charge on the charge point stations ever again. It just kept having weird interoperability issues, and it's very early for Cybertruck. Cybertruck's not really designed to interface with third-party DC chargers yet. It has some weird bugs on the truck side. So then we decided, you know, sometimes Teslas don't let you plug back in if you're at 97, 98%. So we drained the Cybertruck down to like 93% and it still wouldn't accept a charge. So we decided we'll start the Cybertruck just a few exits down the highway at the Loveland Supercharger. The Silverado and the Lightning and the Rivian will all start at the Wellington location. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter that much. We're running them all at the same time, same day, but that is what is about to happen. Just some confusion getting the cars, I wouldn't say confusion, just annoyance getting all the trucks up to 100%.
All right, just as Kyle left, he is going to leave to go get the trailer to be able to finish charging the Silverado. The F-150 is done. The Rivian is actually at 99%, so I guarantee you as soon as I'm done moving this, it's also going to be done as well. So let's get this bad boy out so we're not blocking it.
So here we are, we have parked. You can see the charge point stations just over there. I put the generator back here to get it out of the way. We're going to keep the breaker off. Let's manually start this thing, let it warm up. Very efficient way of charging vehicles. Rolling coal out the top. We'll let water temp come off the bottom. I was running it earlier today, so it might have some temperature in it. But we'll give it, let it build oil pressure. And yeah, it's a rental, so high, there we go. There we go. And let's power this thing on. Yeah, 3-phase on. And yeah, the Mercedes was nowhere to be found. We were going to save a dead EQE we saw on the way to get this thing, but they were not around. So 3 phases on. Will this thing turn on? There we go. Autel's booting up. And diesel power, baby.
Yeah, I saw it blow some smoke. I said, wow, we're really rednecking it now.
That's right. Well, you know, it is, you know, it's actually not that far off the efficiency of a coal-powered plant.
I mean, no, this is what people don't really realize with everything. Driving an EV is not clean as
it can be if you drive on the sun.
Yeah.
But this is not clean, no. But we are here to test. We're not here to be clean. Anyway, we've got 480 volt 3-phase coming out. That's what we want. Yep, let's pull the Silverado around. All right, Ryan, let's see what this thing does. Hopefully the Autel, it has a big voltage range. Hopefully it will charge. Matching vehicle protocol. It's nice we can bring power wherever we go.
It's really nice.
It's hopefully this just saved the test.
Fingers crossed.
Worst case, we just level 2 it off the Cybertruck, which would be annoying, but it's doable.
Could do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's went through. It's going through, you know, pre-charge right now. So the truck says, yes, please charge. Initiating a charge. Truck is set to 100, and it's 92%. It says 26 hours remaining at 0.5 kilowatt. I believe that. But no, it's ramping, so that's different behavior than we saw at the charge point unit, right?
That's right, yeah. It looks like it's working now, so that's good to hear.
It's not a truck issue. Boom, now she's chooching. We heard the turbo spool on the generator. She's up to 40 kilowatts now. So this is what we call efficiency. Diesel charging, baby. And this is what we're going to use to collect the cars when they run out of charge. That's the idea, at least. And just like that, the Silverado is done. Needed another 11.8 kilowatt hours, which doesn't seem like quite enough, but what's it showing, Ryan?
100%.
100%, great. So it is fully charged. What's the estimated range it's showing?
262.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's is it in tow mode? Key is in here. Climate's off. 100%, 262. Oh yeah, it was in towing mode. And there it goes. I just took it out of trailer mode and it's just like going to the moon. 441. Still climbing. It's looking like it's going to get right up to close to 450, dude.
We'll see how it goes.
Amazing. Well, I'll let you go have some fun. You're at 100% charge. Climate's off. Let me just show you, Ryan, how to get to Trip Computer.
Yep.
You click Vehicle Status, and then you go to Trip, and then Trip 1 and 2, you can add to the driver display. So, whoops, continue, and then it'll show up right there. And then you can reset, obviously, 1 and 2 if you want to. So,
all right.
Great. All right, well, have a good
started.
drive. Here's the keys.
Thanks so much.
Got some nuggets?
Yep.
Nice.
Started.
Well, you'll leave before us, but you'll still probably end after us.
Most likely.
Okay, have a safe trip. See ya.
Thank you. All right, getting started in the Silverado EV. So just gonna hop onto the highway, get started. And as per usual, we're just doing a nice gentle acceleration up to 70 miles an hour, which, since we're behind this truck, probably shouldn't be too much of a problem. And of course we do this to minimize any sort of losses from the acceleration. I also wanted to mention that I have Eco Climate on. I have it set to 70 as per our protocols. I have one pedal driving on rather than high, since that has less brake blending and will use more regen. But I'm just gonna go ahead and lock it in at 70 miles an hour and get ready for a very long range test.
All right, guys, I have to take this a few exits down because we couldn't DC charge this the rest of the way. So let's just start at the supercharger real quick and I'll get started from there.
Well, we're gonna park the Rivian there and Colton can come and grab it to save us on the side of the road. You're taking the Rivian, right?
All right, so we've completed charging. It was actually full. For some reason, it just wasn't stating that it was at 100%, but we have the ride height at low, brake regen to high, stability on, and ride feel is soft. And then we're gonna go over here and reset trip B to get ready to go. And put it in reverse. Terry, we're off.
All right, now viewers, that the Silverado is on the way, the Tesla Cybertruck's heading over to the supercharger, we can finally start this thing up. So this had just completed. Lightnings always take forever to top charge. So we're good. And oh, nice. Alyssa left a little snack in here for me. We'll see if I go for that or not throughout the drive. So let's crank this thing on. We have climate off right now. I have my seating position set as 1. We're at 100%. It's displaying 272 miles, which is a lot less than we're used to getting. Battery and motor temperatures are looking right good in the middle. We are at 100% state of charge. We do have climate on, just the driver only right now, but at least for now, I'm gonna shut that off. Software is a little slow on boot up. There we go. And that way we just don't burn anything. Let's come over here to trips. I may need to reset. This whole blinking screen is not happening in person, by the way. Yeah, I think I need to reset trips in here. It's just a little warm. Let's roll down the window. We'll come over here. Trip 1. Hold OK to reset. Boom. Resetting. Let's hit the road. Everything on auto. There's no eco mode in this truck, just normal. We're ready to hit the road and drive for the next few hours.
All right, merging onto the highway here. Got a little bit of traffic up, but that'll all go away because I could see the cones disappear in the distance here. So I have the temperature on 70 degrees in auto, just normal driving temperatures that most people would do, and we're just going to get up to speed here. And as soon as I get up to speed, I will double check to make sure that 70 miles an hour is in fact 70 miles an hour, and then I will be hanging out in the car for a very, very, very long time.
So looks like Alyssa's already left in the Rivian and I'm the last one to pull out. Colton will grab that and pick us up off the side of the road. Hopefully that all works out. Fingers crossed. Slightly nervous about it, if I'm honest. Don't know. I know it'll physically charge, but I don't know location wise if everyone can make it to an exit like we really want them to. So there we go. Time to leave. We are off in the F-150 Lightning, and I'm really glad we're able to range test a F-150 Lightning, not on the big wheels and with the tonneau. So this should really give us the best score, if you will. So let's go climate on, driver focused, automatic. There we go. We'll run 68 because it is toasty out here. And let's go. Truck's indicating 86 degrees ambient. It's definitely not that warm, but it is in the 70s, I would say. So off we go on the 70 mile per hour test in the Lightning.
I'm now taking the ramp onto I-80 East, and as you can see, I'm at 90% state of charge, which is actually not as good as I was expecting. And you can see I'm doing about 1.7 miles per kilowatt hour, which, again, a little bit lower than I was expecting, but that's no matter. This is a huge battery, so we should still get some pretty darn good range out of this.
I can see Alyssa in the distance just merging onto the highway. It's a little bit cones just for until the end of the on-ramp, and then it should open up. So we should be good to go.
Okie dokie, I just checked Waze and it was actually at 69, so I bumped it up 1, and now we're at a dead even 70 across. And I checked it on another app as well, and everything is fine at 71, so we'll be cruising at 71, and we are off into the lovely land of Wyoming, and lots of flat things to view from here, and the mountains just in the distance there, but it'll all disappear as we're going into the plains over here.
Things are still going smoothly here in the Silverado EV, up to 1.8 miles per kilowatt hour. And if you can take a look, you can see the flag, a little bit of crosswind, but nothing too crazy.
Well, just like everyone else, we're doing gentle accelerations up to the speed we need to go. So let's just accelerate gently up to 70 miles per hour. And then we will set the blue cruise, lock it in. The Lightning out of all of these trucks is, I think, the quietest and probably the best riding. Well, the Rivian actually is pretty good riding as well, but this by far has the best driver assistance system.
All right, guys, we just finished charging to 100%. So let's get this unplugged and get on the road. So before I go, this thing needs to stay here. Before I go, I just need to get some settings on. So we're gonna turn on the air. I'll have that at 69 degrees at low. And then I just have to navigate to somewhere near the Wellington charger. We'll get buckled up, and I just gotta make sure I'm on chill mode. So I need to be on chill with a lower ride height on focused. So it'll be a little bit stiffer, and I'll be chill mode and lower suspension, so better efficiency. So let's get going onto the highway.
Neat.
And here I am in the Lightning coming into Wyoming. Nice, we have arrived. And we're at 92% state of charge. And whenever we're above 90% crossing into Wyoming, that's an indication that we're gonna have a pretty long range vehicle here. So let's see how this thing does. I'm really hoping for a nice solid number. About the conditions are near perfect. Man, the camera keeps blocking the eye tracking thing. I am watching the road. It just dings at me the whole time. It's an amazing driver assistance system. Just try not to film a YouTube video while using it.
All right, we are getting on the highway right now. So once I merge, I can get up to 70 miles an hour, and then we'll be on our way. Very slow acceleration up to 70, and then once I can get over, okay. That was not very nice. All right, so now we're going back to 70 miles an hour. 70. All right, so I will keep this going. I'll update you at every 25%. Right now we're at 100%. Let's get this moving.
I just crossed over to 75% state of charge, and as you can see, 106 miles, 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour is actually really quite good. We do have a little bit of a tailwind, but it's looking like we can get pretty close to, if not more than 400 miles on this, but we'll have to see.
Just trucking along, and Kyle gave me a good tip, which I didn't realize, that I should just navigate to the Come and Go and not to the Come and Go charger, because we don't want any type of battery loss at all, or energy loss. And so that was a very good tip that he let me know to do, and so I will update you guys again around 75%. And so far so good. Clouds are looking like they're holding off over there, and even if they do, it's going to be a light drizzle. So no big worries. Kyle is literally a mile behind me, a mile or two behind me.
So there's actually a few reasons this is going to be a little bit harder for me in the Cybertruck. Every single person that passes me has their phone out. I just had a semi-truck that got right in the left lane, sped up right next to me just to record me going past them. So everyone on the road is just really interested in the Cybertruck, and they really just want to see it up close, even if that means slowing me down or, you know, blocking the whole left lane just to get a video of the car.
Just dipped down to 75% and at 87.1 miles, averaging around 2.61 miles per kilowatt hour, and things are going just good. Everybody is on their way and headed towards nothing.
Well, I just missed the 75% state of charge check-in in the Lightning, but I did get a photo. I was just on the phone with someone. And yeah, so we're just about 85 miles, which is looking pretty good. So we're going to continue. We have a little bit of a tailwind at the beginning of this stretch here for all the trucks. So we're going to do a little bit better on this stretch. We're 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is fairly efficient for sure. So I'm pleased to see that. So yeah, let's just keep it rolling, and I'll let you.
All right, we are back onto I-80, or we are onto I-80 now, so I can slow down a little bit and get held at 70 miles an hour. Don't know why it defaults to 81 every time. There we go, 70 miles an hour. So I'll just keep cruising for a little bit. We're still at 83% battery right now, so we got some time. But I'll get back to you guys when I'm at 75%. We just hit 75% battery, so just a little update. We've gone 74 miles, used 31 kilowatt hours of energy, and our average is 411 watt hours per mile. So I multiply that by 4. This would be getting around 300 miles, which I'm not too sure if they can actually do that, but that'd be pretty good if it was that close to the actual estimate, which I think is 308 on the Cyberbeast Foundation. So I'll update you guys again once I get to 50% or if I see anything cool.
Guys, I've been in the lucky position to drive all of these electric trucks for thousands of miles each over the last week or so. The only one I've spent the least amount of time with is the Silverado EV, but that's going to change soon, and I've driven that truck at least a few hundred miles, so I really know each truck really well. And the one thing I always just come back to is, as a personal favorite, even though I know this truck isn't going to win this range test, I love this F-150 Lightning. Even though it's maybe not the fastest road tripper, we know the Silverado wins on all the numbers. The Lightning and the prices of the Lightning and how comfortable this truck is, and honestly how it just blends in. People don't look at you like you're driving a weird metal triangle and you feel self-conscious wherever you drive. It's just nice to set the blue cruise, even just turn off the music. It has a good sound system, but just turn off the music, hear silence, and just float down the highway in this Lightning. Honestly, Ford nailed this thing 3 years ago. They don't get enough credit for it. And yeah, no matter what happens with the Lightning, my 2 weeks with this truck, and we have it for another 2 weeks, a month with this vehicle has turned me into a major fan. That's not to say it's all perfect. The software needs an overhaul. The battery BMS needs some tuning. And like there's little things with it, of course, but I can find issues with any vehicle and every vehicle, and I do. And wow, but this one is just, it will always hold a special place with me, the F-150 Lightning. What a cool rig.
It looks like we have some military vehicles coming up here. Hey guys, you should use this as a military vehicle. We got police over there too. They were all looking at the Cybertruck.
About 173 miles in, I just kicked it off cruise control, and I'm gently decelerating and taking this exit. Gonna go ahead and turn around, and I'll show you guys. 62% state of charge. So possibly a little bit early, but I do know that there will be a headwind on the way back. So I'd rather be safe. So again, just doing some gentle deceleration, and then I'll hop back going the other direction.
So I have another semi truck right next to me. I look over and this dude has his camera pointed right down at the truck. People are getting really dangerous just to get some pictures of the Cybertruck. They were almost off the road just a second ago.
Well guys, it's time to start thinking about our turnaround strategy. The nice thing is we have no wind right now, but that little tailwind that we had earlier is obviously going to be a headwind on the way back. And so we want to run out as close to where we started as possible, but still maintaining 70 miles an hour, of course. So I'm at 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour. My guess is we're going to end this just a little bit below that because you can see we're going to have to go basically uphill a little bit at the ending. And so, or at least, you know, for total elevation. So I'm at 56%. I think I'm going to try and take the next exit, and I can always loop on I-25 to run it all the way out to dead. I'd rather just really get the elevation out of the way. I told Alyssa the same thing in the Rivian. She's honestly not far up ahead at all. She's just around the next bend. And I was like, you know, let's just, you go one exit past, because she's at a little bit higher state of charge. Her truck is much more efficient. It's also a smaller truck, and it's the dual motor configuration. than this Lightning. This Lightning's also a dual motor configuration, of course. But yeah, we're gonna go take the next exit, and then if we need to run out closer to the charger, we'll do that on the side of the road down towards Wellington. So we are coming up to our turnaround exit in 1 mile, and I just heard from Ryan that he saw Alyssa up ahead. We were on the phone, and there he is. There's Ryan in the Silverado. We're burning energy, flashing headlights. Whoa, that thing is huge.
There's Kyle right there. But quick check-in, 57%, and we've gone, let's see, 191 miles.
Amazing. So anyway, Ryan is actually at higher state of charge than I am right now. Watch the road. I was watching the Silverado. I'm at 54. I think he's at 57, and he started like 30 minutes before us. So that Silverado is just gonna hammer and hammer. I think Alyssa's heading to the next exit after this one to turn around. I'm at 54%. I think I'll flip around here, may as well. I'll be right behind Ryan, and this Lightning does have a history of shutting off below zero. That doesn't mean we aren't, or setting off above zero. That doesn't mean we aren't getting everything out of the battery. It just means that the BMS has no idea what's going on. But I did follow Ford's recommendations on calibrating it, which is let it sit at low state of charge for a while, let it sit for 2 days at like 25%, and then I charged it all the way to 100 and let it complete and sit there as well. So hopefully the BMS is back in shape. They said it just needs to rest to calibrate, and a lot of our driving gives this truck no rest. So anyway, we're 155 miles into our test. Wow, that means this thing is going to go over 300 miles if it can make it back. Holy smokes. The speed and just gentle accelerations. Now we're going to have the sun blaring at us for the rest of the drive, and the windshield is, well, someone attempted to clean it. Probably, who drove this truck back? I'm trying to think. Andreas, I think, drove this back from LA. He probably tried to clean it, but yeah, didn't do a great job there, Andreas. So I'm going to cancel this in 1 second just in case the Lightning preconditions, but I wanted to show you guys, this is where the Lightning thinks we're going to run out, or, you know, which is just above the ending point. So that is kind of perfect, and we'll see how true that is. But we've been consistent. We've shown it, you know, the driving we're doing. The weather is nice, 64 degrees still here, and the sun is going down. So we're very lucky with the weather. And yeah, so we're going to run out sort of in the perfect place according to the Lightning. And that should give it the best chance we get.
So here we are hopping back on the highway and getting back up to speeds here as I get on the on-ramp. Whew, that sun is blinding. And I'll get back up to 70 miles an hour with no problem and continue on the road. And so I was just talking to Kyle, and this guessometer is based off of driving, wind, all the different things that could affect range. So trusting this is a-okay, trusting this is not okay. So my eyes will be glued to this, and also I had to remove charging stops because it did try to route me to some chargers, but all of that is removed, and we are back on the way, and we just reached back up to 70, so I will lock that in and keep on heading on.
You join me in the F-150 Lightning at 50% state of charge. We have driven 166.3 miles. Apple Maps wants us to hit that same charger on the way back, but I'm just gonna say, hey y'all, no thanks. Oh, now it wants us to do 2 chargers. It is nice how it does Apple Maps integrated routing. It does not activate preconditioning for it, but the Lightning has such a easy charging curve where it's so consistent, it's so repeatable. The temperature range doesn't matter. This thing's always dinging when I have the phone up. And yeah, it's all good. Anyway, 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour, 166 miles at 50%. We've dipped down to 49 now. Let's continue, and we should be done in about 2 hours. That's when this one will run out of charge. We'll probably be the first or second one to run out of charge. Keep in mind the Cybertruck started just a few minutes after.
So Kyle called me right while I was filming the turnaround, and it unfortunately deleted the clip, but I turned around right at 55% and had a predicted 5 miles of range back, and now we're at 6 miles, but there's a huge headwind, so I predict that Yeah, that's just got to calibrate. Now we're at 9 miles, so maybe I could have gone another exit down, but that's okay. I can just go a little bit further down, closer to the charger versus further away from the charger. I will update you guys again when I get back to, or get down to 50% here, and yep, that's it.
I just passed over 50% state of charge, as you can see, and 218 miles. So I have a little bit of headwind going this way, and of course, as the sun goes down, temperature's dropping, so that could affect things as well, but we'll just have to see how everything plays out. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what this can get. But as it stands, it looks like I might have to do some laps close to Wellington, but regardless, we'll see, and maintain 70 for the whole time, of course.
There it is. I can see it behind that truck in the distance. It's in the left lane. Oh, there it is. So cool. Let's see if we can find it just in time. I love the app. So he's at about 55% state of charge, I think. I'm at 40, but keep in mind, he left a little after us and from a little bit before. So, all right, let's see if we can see him going. There we go. He didn't even see us. And there goes the Cybertruck.
And there is Brandon. Just passing by. I'm getting bells and whistles, glares on the camera. I had just a sign pop up that I don't have enough range to make it to the charger. I have red exclamation points. I've got it all going on, and only it's still 42%. So it's giving me a fair warning that, hey bud, you're probably not going to make it. But like I said earlier, there's a huge headwind, and I'm sure you've heard from Kyle as well. And so that's a bit of an effect. But as soon as I hop on to I-25, I'm sure I'll get plenty of range back, but who knows? We'll see. This is all the fun and games of driving all these trucks out to zero. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know when they're gonna shut off. Just like on the road trip from Jacksonville to San Diego, the truck that Kyle's in turned off at like, I don't know, 16% or something like that. The BMS was just totally off. They claim that Ford claims that it's all fixed now, but who knows? I mean, same with this. You never know. But this is usually pretty accurate. But it says, I mean, there's 0 miles left. We're 131 miles away, and it still says on here that we have 150 miles of range. So the calculations are a little bit off on this side, but on this side, it should be pretty accurate. So hopefully, I mean, that was actually a good turnaround point that I had, because now I have plenty of wiggle room in the out of spec style to get to the charger.
We are now at 50% battery with 156 miles traveled and 60 kilowatt hours used, averaging 386 watt hours per mile. It's saying we'll get there with negative 1% battery, which is perfect. It has a little error at the top, or the message at the top saying that we need charging to reach the destination. I'm getting off at exit 69, and that's where I'm flipping around. Pretty fitting for the Cybertruck. I've never actually had a Tesla dial me before, so this is going to be interesting to see how this kind of plays out, because I know the screen flashes right on the Cybertruck and it really freaks out, so I'm excited to see what happens. All right, we are exiting right now on exit 69, so I can flip around. I'm trying to kind of stay high speed. I just don't want to fly off the exit up here. So let me get around this exit real quick. Try to keep 70. There's a semi up here, so I'm gonna go a little bit slower around them. I'll try to use some of that regen though. And then we have a stop sign up here. Let's see. No one's coming. All right, let's get back on the highway the other direction. So we're actually at 49% right now. It's telling us we'll get there with negative 1%. So hopefully I can actually get to that. I don't want to have to keep doing loops around I-25 to let this thing die. So here is the exit, or I guess the on-ramp for I-80 West. So let's just get back on here so I can get back to 70 miles an hour as soon as possible. And this thing is a lot easier to turn one-handed when you're holding the top. All right, we are on the on-ramp. I'm not gonna hammer it to get up there. Let me get back up to speed real quick. Almost there. All right, we are at 70 miles an hour, so I will update you guys when I'm at 25%. That is a beautiful sunset right ahead of us. Okay, I take back what I said about the sunset. It is beautiful, but it is blinding me right now. We're still at 47% right now, and now it's telling me we'll get there with -2%. So hopefully I can die just right about before there. That way I can get picked up with the tow truck.
At 26%, we just got our first power limit. Fords always do that. They take the top 5% off. Sorry, Ford. They take the top 5% off when you get in that 25% region. And yeah, all good. We're getting very close to our 25% update, so I won't make this clip very long. Well, we just dipped from 25 to 24%. We also got our 50-mile range rating. Driving range low. So we're watching the road. Let me just shut this lane keeping system off so I can actually show you this. We're at 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour. Again, we were more efficient, but we're climbing back to Cheyenne, and then we'll dip back into Colorado. The sky is absolutely gorgeous. It is just beautiful driving here. And yeah, we've done 220, let's just call it 225, 224 at 25%. I didn't quite catch the exact check-in. Sorry about that, but close enough. And cruising, man. Today could not have been better. We were just hammered with a snowstorm last week, and then today we're out range testing in near perfect conditions. Now, as the temperature starts dipping a little bit chillier towards the end, the model year 2024 Lightning with the heat pump would actually probably do a bit better. Heat pumps aren't like the magic pill. It's not like 1,000 miles on a charge if you get a heat pump, but it certainly is more efficient. But at least for now, it's still pumping out cool air. The AC system's still running. The heat pump probably would be of no benefit up to this point. So yeah, we're still just cruising along just fine.
Got a really nice sunset, about 268 miles in and 38% state of charge, so plenty to go.
Alrighty, just dipped to 25% here and still averaging pretty good, 2.64 miles per kilowatt hour. Not too much of a difference, and 254 miles into the trip, and everything is still going as it was in my last clip.
Guys, I may have miscalculated here. The headwind seems to really be hammering us here, which makes sense because we were so efficient on the way back. On windy, it looked like a little amount of wind, but it may have actually been a bit more, and we may not make it to Colorado. I don't know yet, but I've got 18 miles of range at 9%, and we're climbing up into Cheyenne, but I just need to make it to Cheyenne and down. I don't know if I'll make that final climb, so ooh, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Again, I'm not worried about like us running out. I just want to make sure that we get the most representative number for the Lightning, so fingers crossed we can make it up and over the hill. Man, the Lightning just seems to be very non-linear. It's just dumping power, dumping state of charge down low. I wonder if it has something to do with BMS calibration, but yeah, don't know. We're down to 60% available power, 4%. Let's see what happens. I have no clue what to expect here, but I'm just going to go till it stops moving.
We're now at 25% right now. I finally got in front of this semi. They're going 1 mile an hour less, so it's taking me a long time to get over. A lot of cars are passing me, but I am at, let's see, a total of 220 miles for using 89 kilowatt hours, and an average of 406 watt hours per mile. Still says I'll get back to the Wellington Charger at -2%. So we're looking pretty good. There is a pretty big headwind, so once I kind of get down to Colorado, the area where it just starts to go downhill, I should see a little bit more range. I'm guessing this is actually going to get more than the all-wheel drive that was tested, mainly just because the weather is a little bit different.
Right, well, it just popped up that I had 1 mile of range left when I get to the Charger, but I guess not anymore. It disappeared. But that's definitely an indication that once I hop on I-25 and 29 miles here, that I will definitely gain some mileage back to make it there. So I'm predicting that I will be passing the come and go in order to make sure this thing's fully dead, but I will update you as we go. I'm currently at 18% with, come on buddy, 276.5 miles I have driven, which is pretty good, not great. I don't know what the EPA range is. I probably should have looked that up before this, but you guys all know I'm not the science nerd here. I'm just here for the good company of the great outdoors here, and all the views and farmland in the distance. But yep, just wanted to update you guys. Let's see if it's changed at all while I've been chit-chatting. Nope, but I sure it will. Kyle's about to run out of charge, so he's definitely he's way less than I am, so, and his efficiency is way worse than mine as well. But Colton is calling right now, so I ought to pick up that call and stop jibber-jabbering like I always do.
You're now down to 25%. I have gone 221 miles, used 90 kilowatt hours of energy, and my average efficiency is 406 watt hours a mile. It has gone up a little bit because I have a headwind right now and I'm going uphill. But once I get back into Colorado, I'll actually be able to go downhill more, so I should get some of this back. It still says I'll be there at negative 2%. Kyle just told me he's about to die up there actually, so hopefully this doesn't get 254 like the all-wheel drive did, or I'm 40 miles short.
In the Silverado here, crossed over 25% a few moments ago. We've done 313 miles, so on track to do well over 400. We'll see what it ends up being.
All right, guys, it's not looking good. Situation update. I found a truck doing exactly 70 just to see if I could make it to Cheyenne. I feel bad for letting this thing down here. I'm at 1%, 40 miles of range, and it's gonna die any second now. Once this thing hits 35% power availability, that's when lightnings die. But I just did the calculation. 275 miles divided by 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour is 130 kilowatt hours, and I'm not sure what misled me or what I did to make me think that this thing was gonna go farther. And I knew if I could just make it here to Cheyenne, I can make it down, but I have to make it to like that side of Cheyenne, and then it's downhill to Colorado. So damn, I am letting the lightning down. That's not good. There we go. We have just dropped to 35%. We are at 0% state of charge. Oh boy. I am just hitting it with a little regen at the moment. We're slowing down. No. Oh, it's still 35%. I don't dare pull in front of this person. I'm just going to stay behind this truck right here because of some traffic. Yeah. We're at the end, folks. We are at the end. I'll let you know the final number. Well, some traffic cleared and I was able to get it back up to 70 miles an hour. So the lightning is still in. It's like such, now that we've calibrated the BMS, this thing is operating normally. And so maybe we can go a bit below zero. Oh boy, holy smokes. Can we make it to the downhill? I don't know, but we're back cruising. Oh wait, 69, 70, there we go. Okay. I feel like we got stuck in the least amount of traffic of anyone. We are at least making it back to I-25. Holy smokes. At 0%. The problem is we have to climb to get to the other side of Love's over there, so we might die on the on-ramp, but fingers crossed not. I'm just hitting it with some regen here because this is where we have to make the U-turn. Oh my God, I don't know if we're gonna make it. No, it's dying right now. It's dying right now. I need to find a good place to pull over. So find a good place to pull over, and it's completely dead. Power's out, and this is a huge place to pull over. So we are gonna go over here, and I'm gonna go in this little dirt patch, get way the heck off the highway. Oh, this is safe. This is good. We can pull the Rivian right up. Colton's already on the way, and it's dead. 281 miles, 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So what I'm gonna do as a precaution is go neutral. As soon as I unbuckle and open the door, I'm pretty sure it's gonna put itself into park, but I'm gonna lock it into neutral like that. I'm going to push the parking brake on. Oh yeah, I need to hit this little neutral. Oh, right, you gotta pull this up, but that should be okay. We're gonna go headlights off to not drain the 12 volt. I just shut climate off. What else do I need to do? That's kind of it. I'm just gonna pop the front trunk, although the 12 volt should have some good life on this. So I'm gonna do.
There he is. Anybody can tell him.
Colton coming around the bend with the diesel generator. Nice. And look who it is coming here. It's Alyssa in the other Rivian. How about that for timing? So she's still cruising. Wow, that was incredible timing.
And just like that, there's Kyle. He ran out so early. And gotta take this exit here. Coming in hot. Race car, NASCAR rally style here. Oh my goodness. Blinker's still on. We're trying to keep speed a little bit. And then I'll give you guys every information as soon as I get back up to speed. Real speed. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, and Colton, honestly, he should be on the other side here too. So I got highway assist on, good to go, and set it to 70, but gotta get over because of this truck. This is convoluted. Alright, not 72, 71, and we'll get back over. And this is a new thing. I don't think I've ever seen this. Back on cruise. Okay, so information about me. I am at 7% state of charge. We are 29 miles away from the come and go. It's been still teetering with 1 mile versus absolutely nothing. So we'll see if we gain anything back here. And we are at 306 miles, 0.3, and still averaging pretty good mile per kilowatt hour here.
Closing in on 1 mile to Kyle's location here. I'm sure we're gonna see him any minute. He said we got a ton of shoulder room. Just gonna try and pull up right in front of him, get the Autel charger back there, kind of close to the charge port location. And yeah, we are rolling up here very, very quickly.
I'm at 12% battery right now, trying to go 70. I'm getting surrounded by semi-trucks, but we just passed what the all-wheel drive Cybertruck got in Texas. That was 254. I just passed 255 in about 17 miles. I should be passing Kyle. The lightning died right up there, and Colin is on his way already to go get it charged with their, diesel generator and DC fast charger, the mobile one. So I'll pass them, and hopefully I can make it into Colorado. I'm really hoping now. I have 11% now, so if I can actually make it into Colorado, I should be good. It's mostly downhill from there.
And there is Mr. Connor up here. So we got nobody behind us, plenty of room up here. Gonna gently slow down. That's a perfect spot for him to die up there.
And here comes Colton to save me. Great. Here he comes. So just pull as far this way as possible. Yeah. Turn. Great. Perfect. Let's boot this generator up. Alyssa's still got 6%. I was just talking to her. So I need to warm this thing up a minute because it's probably chilled down since we used it. So let's go manual, glow plugs. All right, so she's gonna warm up for a second. She's chooching. Hell yeah. We'll just keep the 480 breaker off for now, and we'll juice up the Autel. We got a lot of room, but just keep an eye on road so we don't get a quick runaway. All right, let's get this thing charging. All right, well, it says offline, that's fine. Oh wait, it's actually connecting to the Rivian Wi-Fi. So plug her in if you don't mind. This is amazing. I love it. And start charging on the side of the road. Hell yes. And we got plenty of room. I mean, we'll stand over there, but yeah, honestly, you probably could even pull in front of me and the cable would reach. That was the idea if we had, a limited shoulder room. But the Cybertruck can't be far. Can you pull up the Tesla app and see? Oh no. Okay, I'll take a look in a minute, but come on, baby, don't not charge on me. Yes, protocols, safety inspection. We should hear the turbo spool in a moment. And then initiating charge. Yeah, we are charging on the side of the highway. Yeah, baby. It takes like a minute for the second power module to come on to do 40 kilowatts. And then she ran. Colton, I think I'm going to charge you to 5%. Okay. That'll give you enough buffer. Yeah. Plenty. We've already dumped in 2.8 kilowatt hours, which is all you really need to go 7 miles. But I don't know if it will shut off again. So
yeah, it's a little funky.
Yeah, we'll just get it up. Yeah, we've been charging 5 minutes. We put in 3 kilowatt hours. Wow, this is amazing. So yeah, we'll charge it to 5% and then we'll send Colton on his way. There he is. Those are the bright lights that we see. This Cybertruck coming through. He's at 6% right now. Nice. It looks wild in Wyoming. So he's going. And I think, Colton, you've probably got enough to get to the charger. So let's wrap up this cable and then we'll send you on your way. And I'm not going to drive with the generator on because I worry about oiling while cruising. But yeah, it's at 5%, totally fine, 7 kilowatt hours. He just has to go 7 miles down the road. So he'll be fine.
So I'm about to exit onto Fort Collins. Here we have Kyle over here. Look at them go. They are charging right now. This is a crazy setup. Look at that. All right, let's get into Fort Collins right now. Let's take this exit, get back up to 70 miles an hour. They had some bright lights out there. So let me I'm at 70 right now. It's gonna have to slow down to 20. But here we go, let's just keep it moving, go around this loop as quickly as possible. I think I'm on a semi truck. I won't flip if I go more than 20. And now it says I have 29 miles to Wellington with 5% battery. This is gonna be close, but I'm at 272 miles right now, so I think I might be able to beat the Lightning, honestly. I did start a little bit further back, so that's why they were right there. But we get on here, we can get back up to 70 miles an hour, and hopefully I can make it just fine.
All right, dude. We'll see you later. Ollie's taking it. He is so cute. Okay, see ya. I'm off to go get Alyssa. I don't know if she's dead yet, but I'm gonna go down that way.
All right, just hit 0%. And about, well, see, now it's recalculating even though we're on the same route. 4 miles away, and let's see what our data is here. Come on, buddy. So this is the data at 0 miles, or 0%. Still got 1 mile remaining here, so not at 0 yet. What I'm gonna do is go one exit past, and then loop back around if I still have enough, and then Kyle will catch me on that side is my predictions, but we will see. But this is what I am currently at, 332 miles, and haven't yet hit any type of turtle mode, deceleration. I'm able to still maintain speed, so all is a-okay within that world. There's no huge bells and whistles yet. Nothing's really screamed at me saying I can't make it to the charger, which is pretty interesting. It just, yeah, nothing's changed. It's been this screen this whole time. So, yeah.
All right, so here's Terry Ranch Road, and up here, I don't know if I can see it from here, we should have Will. He is going to be the one that's towing me. So let me just pass this exit real quick, and I think that's actually him up here. I don't see any lights moving, so I think, yeah, do I see a trailer? This dang lane keeping doesn't keep lanes. Okay, there he is. I'll flash my lights at him just so he knows, and he should be right behind me. Yeah, but I think, yeah, there he is with a trailer and his Lightning. So he's gonna start moving right behind me, and then I can let this thing die. And I'm at 2% right now, but I've gone 278 miles. So much better than before.
Well, viewers, that was exciting. I was only charging for about 5 minutes, and that gave Colton, well, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 8 minutes, and that gave Colton enough juice to get plenty of extra range to the EA station. I certainly would have charged just a hair and gotten off the road to someplace safer if we were not in a good spot, but thankfully we were in a great spot. And you can see here in Wyoming, you have all this room way off the highway. Certainly, would I prefer to be off a highway? Yes. But anyway, I'm in the Rivian now. Colton's gonna go charge the Lightning. This is my Rivian, not the one that we ran in this range test. I'm at, I don't know, 28% state of charge, so he must have boogied up here, because I think I left him at 65 or 70, probably 65% at Wellington. So yeah, let's go chase down Alyssa. She'll be the next one to die, and get that thing charging.
1% battery. This is getting close. I have the Lightning back there behind me with the trailer ready to pick me up whenever I get out of battery. We are at 281 miles, 117 kilowatt hours used, and down to 418 watt hours a mile. Now, once I get into Colorado, I should be going a lot more downhill, so this might actually change. I could potentially get really close to Wellington, so let's just see how far I can actually get.
Damn, there's no way the Lightning would have made it up here. And you know what? We've just been climbing this whole time, leaving Cheyenne. I never really noticed it. So, you know what? Maybe the Lightning died kind of... At least the elevation wasn't that bad. I did not realize there was such a hill climb. Even now, it doesn't look like it on camera, but we're coming up in elevation. You can see those cars up there. They are above us. So, yeah, no question. I think the Lightning actually was a pretty good result. This must be the highest point of the trip, or somewhere in this stretch. So yeah, I'm not too disappointed with that. And it did a good range number, just over 280. That was awesome.
All right, right behind me is my ride to the supercharger. It is the Lightning with a trailer on it. Will is ready to pick me up as soon as the Cybertruck dies, but I'm about to be going downhill. It's now saying I'm gonna get there with -5%, so that's a little stressful. Still at 1% battery and 283 miles now. I think we'd probably get 290 at this point. This is actually really good. A lot better than the one in Texas. Kyle also told me that I don't have to really slow down past 70 until I see a lot of dots right here, so my power's not really that limited yet with 1%. And he said that this can go around 10 miles under zero, so I mean, 17 minutes to go 18 miles, 1% going downhill. This might work out. We're still moving. I can see I just got another dot on my power right here, so we're starting to get more limited. But we're at 286 miles, 119 kilowatt hours used, and 416 watt hours a mile. So it's dropping a little bit. There's a little bit of uphill right here, but I think once we're in Colorado, if I'm not in there already, then hopefully it's going a lot more downhill. I think downhill is coming very soon.
Now we have just crossed into Colorado. I'm on my way to go catch Alyssa. Will is picking up the Cybertruck, or I should say is following the Cybertruck with his vehicle. I think he has an F-150 Lightning with the trailer on the back. A different Lightning, his Lightning, to go rescue the Cybertruck. This is amazing. It's electric truck mayhem out here, but it's a perfect time to do it. Traffic is super light. The roads are super wide. You know, I never recommend anyone to intentionally run out of charge, nor do I want to make it seem like EVs run out of charge easily. But this is really a good way to benchmark trucks and just run them to dead. It's, you know, there's always compromises with this type of stuff. Like, do we film it? Do we put it on YouTube? But we always want to share what we're up to with you guys. And certainly running them out of charge is exciting. It sends the wrong message. I totally agree, because I've never run out of charge in a truck unless I was doing a range test. I mean, I've never just like driven and had one die, but it happens very infrequently. And really, it's just like running out of gas. You know how far you can go. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to put that in this video. I know the comments will say that, and I don't really know what to do. Do we film it? Do we not film it? Either way, this is the proper way to do a range test, in my opinion. Drive it till it stops, and yeah, well, it is what it is.
All right, here we go. We are one exit down from the come and go, and slowing down for that to get off the exit to loop back around. And here's the data while we are in this looping process. Very gently get back up to speed here because I don't want to hurt the battery, so we'll gently get back up to 71, which is 70 miles per hour for this truck, and wait until I get more. Oh, here we go. Finally got into turtle mode here. Performance is limited right now. Drive with caution. Okay, so I'm gonna get back up to speed and go ahead and set the speed. Not 75, that's its default, and get to 71 and see how far we go. And again, here's all the data, and it's been quite some time. And it also just thought that Jeep was a motorcycle, but it was not. I'm also not keeping any lane assist on, just the cruise control portion of it. Maybe that saves some more battery, I don't know. But yeah, here we are, continuing on.
I mean, I'm still seeing uphill. I don't know where the downhill is. I can't honestly remember going like uphill when I was first driving, but I really need some downhill right now. Still saying -5% at arrival with 14 miles and 288 miles so far.
Coming to an emergency stop, please pull over. Still haven't gotten any speed limitation here, but it is starting to drop below the thing. I think that's what Kyle was talking about. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going here. Oh, so now we're going a little bit below. So I'm gonna take the cruise control off and just coast here at 65. Yep, we're running out. My foot is floored and not doing anything, so I'm just gonna do some regen and I'm gonna put some hazards on so everybody knows to go around me. But I think this is the end of the test here. Here's all the data if Kyle wants to show, but I'm going to focus on pulling over safely. And just pulling over to the side here, trying to get to a safe spot for Kyle to be able to come and get me with the charger, and just going until I can't go no more, which should be anytime soon. I'm not flooring it by any means, but I'm keeping the pedal down. And yep, here we go. This is the end for the Rivian, and I'm filming it the wrong way, and Kyle's gonna have to fix that. Oops. And here we go. We are literally down to 0 here. It ain't gonna go no more. Can we pass this thing to make for a better exit? I think we will. So I'm just gonna pull over to the side here as much as I possibly can. So there is some room, and that's it for me, folks. Okay, so now I'm going to turn headlights off. All these are going off. I need to pop the trunk. Okay, that's popped. And these lights won't, okay, there we go. I need all the lights off. Go.
We are still at 0%. We're getting a little bit of regen going down. I mean, every time there's a little exit, we go up and then kind of glide down. But right now we're at 292 miles, 121 kilowatt hours used, 414 watt hours a mile. So that's going down, which is good. Right here, it looks like there's actually a little bit of downhill, so we can get a little bit of brake. There we go. Put some of that energy back in the battery. Get some regen. Wait, it's good. Oh, there's a little bit more right there. The tiniest amount helps. There's not even any color left in this bar right here. It's just completely empty. I think I might be able to make it. I might have a chance. I don't know, but either I end up on the side of the road or at the Wellington charger. Regardless, I'm getting towed.
So we're completely off here. We're done. Turtles. Here's everything. 345.2 miles. 132 kilowatt hours in the battery pack. Pretty good on efficiency. So now I gotta call Kyle, let him know all that's going on, and make sure I'm doing everything right, and we are done. All right, trunk front is popped, hazards are on, air conditioning's off, seatbelt is staying on just in case, and I'll show you guys what it does when I try to put it in drive here. It says battery depleted, charge up and try again. Sorry, bud, try again, you're dead. I was honestly impressed, like, it didn't really send that many bells and whistles, that things were getting pretty foggy. It was pretty much when it was dead, I mean, you guys saw it, when it was dead, which was pretty interesting. Well, not in terms of this, but in terms of, like, the speed going and all that, going down and all that stuff. Once it went into turtle mode, it was really not much buffer after turtle mode, but just going to hang out here. Kyle says he's about 10 minutes away from rescuing me, and we'll update you when he gets to me.
So I just got the call. Alyssa died, and she's only about 2 exits up, so hopefully she won't have to wait too long. Looks like I'm going to take the frontage road down. I am ripping to get over there with the trailer, which I don't recommend to do, but I also do not want to leave people on the side of the road for too long. So let's blast over there, get this thing hooked up. I should be to her within 8 to 10 minutes at the most.
We are 5.7 miles away from the Wellington exit. We have about 6 or 7. It looks like 6 dots right here. Still plenty to go before I actually have to slow down from 70. So I don't know, like I might make it. I don't want to be too optimistic. I mean, it's kind of awkward to have a dead Cybertruck on the side of the highway, but it would be cool if I could at least get off the highway. 300 miles. Look at that. It's really, the road's really bad right here, but 300 miles. And I have to start slowing down. I don't think the Cybertruck can even do it. It's slowing me down. But I'm getting off in a mile, and then I have to get on the frontage road. I just don't have enough power to do 70 anymore. I'm really trying to push it, but I really can't go more than 65 right now. So I have just enough to make it off of this exit. Thankfully, the left lane is closing up here, but I'm actually gonna be exiting right up here at Wellington. 301 miles. I cannot believe that it's making it this far. This is insane.
Brandon just shared with me the Cybertruck hit 300 miles. Holy smokes. Wow, that's amazing. I did not expect that, especially because our Austin truck, we did 254 in the Cybertruck down there, but it was colder and we're at lower elevation. So this is the loop. This is the official number we'll use. It's over 300 miles at 70. I've monitored the app. I have Teslafy. I made sure there was no nefarious play. He wasn't going under 70. This is legit. Whoa, Cybertruck, longer range than the F-150 Lightning. Did not expect that at all.
So let me just get off this exit real quick. I let Will know that I'm exiting right up here. And now I just have to kind of turn right at the light up here and get on the frontage road. So just gotta make sure Will can follow me. Oh, I barely have any power. This is, gotta do a huge regen hit. Kyle said big regen, a little bit. Just gotta take some of that power back in. Oh my gosh, this is really close. I'm pushing on the accelerator right now. There is nothing coming out of here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just gotta exit right here. This exit, okay, and then get some regen on there. Let me slow down. Yeah, give me some regen, okay. And then up here, I have to turn right so I can get on the frontage road. And then there's the lightning right behind me, ready to tell me whenever this thing actually dies. Okay, here we go. So now I just have to kind of try to get some power. There's really no way for me to get enough power right now. I'm trying to get up to speed. Once we get out of here, I can get a little bit faster, but I just don't feel anything coming when I press down. It's almost nothing. It does not help that there's a car in front of me because I would be going faster right now. I think this is where we start to get close. I think I'm about to get some flashing red. The power is getting very limited, but 303 miles. Oh, here we go. Vehicle shutting down. Pull over safely. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to try to keep moving until it brings it to a complete stop. I'm going to throw my hazards on just so he knows, and I'll just keep moving. But I think as long as I can get up somewhere over here, I should be okay.
I think those flashing lights up in the distance over there on the right, that must be the Cybertruck. That's broken down with the trailer because it looks like two vehicles. Oh, no way, they're still driving. What the heck? I didn't realize that. Oh man, they're still going. So they got hazards on, but they're still getting some distance on. How about that? That is what I call commitment. Running our Cybertruck to dead. Let's say, hey, give a little flash. A little honk. There they go.
I just gotta keep moving. I'm going 31 right now. If I'm lucky, I should be able to just pull off. I don't really know when I'm supposed to stop. I'm gonna go regen here. Okay, so we have front motor disabled. Okay, wow, this is what it's like when the Tesla dies. I'm literally coasting right now. This is crazy. So I'm just gonna let it keep moving until it stops. Right rear motor power reduced. Oh my gosh, there are so many warnings on this. And we're still moving. Still moving. I don't know how we're going 28 right now. I'm hearing the computer beeping and the other thing. It's saying pull over safely. So, okay, we got rear steering disabled. We are still going at 27 miles an hour. It's not going anymore. I have no more power left. I'm not pressing anything on the accelerator right now. I am just coasting to a complete stop. I've never seen this before. This is pretty crazy. 24 still. We're just coasting right now. I hope I don't. Okay, maybe it's gonna be kind of awkward. We're on the frontage road, so we're fine. 22 still. 304 miles. Hey, if I can do this for another 4 miles, we hit the advertised range. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the air right now, and we're about to pull over very soon. All right, I think this is the hill we die on, literally. Yeah, no power. So it's not the ideal spot to die. But yeah, so we just died. Let me turn off all of these things. When I go into park, I just started rolling backwards. Okay, oh my gosh, lights, off, parking. I guess that's the best I can do. All right, turn these off. Now we gotta get towed so I can go quickly into tow mode. Let me just get this towing. Oh my gosh, it's so, okay. Trailer mode. How do I turn on this? Okay, no, it's in service, never mind. Service and then tow mode. Where is it? Oh my, towing. Okay, transport mode. All right, we are in transport mode right now. Oh geez, this is not the best place to die on the side of the road right now. Okay, lights off, come on. I need to keep as much of this power off as possible. But here we are, on the side of the frontage road, completely dead. I'm gonna actually go turn this screen to be a little bit dimmer so the low voltage battery doesn't die. Oops. I have transport mode ready. So it's as dark as possible in here right now. Here's Will. He's gonna get us all loaded up, but looks like our official reading for this range test was 304 miles, 123 kilowatt hours, and 405 watt hours per mile, down to the very, like literally dying on a hill. So here we are. Thankfully, it's a frontage road, not a highway. So we're gonna get this thing towed and bring it to a supercharger. So let's get this thing on the flatbed on the back of the F-150 Lightning.
Nice. We're honestly not far behind. We are at 14%. So, yep, got to go get Alyssa and then get this on the charger and then go get Ryan. So, oh my gosh, we got a lot of charging to do. I actually see Alyssa over there on the left side. I really should have taken the frontage road down. Gosh, that would have been so much smarter than this. So, yeah, because she's dead right there. That is amazing that the Cybertruck's dying and she's dying right where they started. Amazing. So that's Alyssa. So I got to go just a couple miles down and we'll go pick her up.
At 7% state of charge, I got a charge vehicle soon notification here in the Silverado.
All right, Will has the flatbed. We're gonna get this thing on the truck. Screen is still working, thankfully. So he's just gonna pull up here and we can start to get this thing loaded on here. Honestly, I'm really glad I didn't die on the highway up here. That would have been awkward. It's not that great of a spot for me right here. I literally died on the hill, so I couldn't get over that much. As you see, this was where it stopped. I didn't have any choice, but it looks, no one's really coming on here right now, so it's okay. We're backing up right now to get it all lined up. And then I can go into transport mode. I don't know why I turned on trailer mode. I gotta turn that off. Turn that off, okay. And then go into the service screen, and then I go to towing. So when I'm ready, put my foot on the brake, and then, oh yeah, I gotta also open the front. I totally forgot about that. Open the front just in case 12 volt dies. We should be good. It's telling me a lot of this stuff requires service. I'm sure it just needs to get charged because there's no power going to it. So we're still backing up right now.
Here's Alyssa. I'm just coming up on her right now. I've got the hazards on. I'm at 10% state of charge, so we'll have to charge both trucks up at Wellington, but the exit's right over there. So hopefully we only need to put a tiny amount of energy in her truck. No one is behind me, which is great. So, oh yeah, she's got a great spot right off the highway. Very safe, very good. Front trunk is open. Let's just get it all the way over without hitting the truck. Nice. And now I'm just gonna back her in. Try and get it as close as I can to the Rivian.
All right, here comes Kyle to save me. So he's just gonna pull up right in front and back that bad boy in, and hopefully he can do that safely, or just wait for some traffic to pass in order to do all that stuff, which I hope he
All right,
does.
so Will's backing up. I'm gonna tell him when to stop. He just needs to get a little bit closer, a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, he's got space. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, stop. You're good. All right, so this should be close enough, I think.
At 3%, it kicked off cruise control, so now I'm modulating with my foot. It said reduce acceleration, drive with care. I've got turtle mode, you can see flashing, and charge vehicle now. So yeah, it's not happy at 3%. And it said about 14 miles, and then right about 3%, it changed down to low. So we'll see what happens.
All right, turning everything on.
Hell yeah.
Getting it going.
Keep an eye on the road, okay?
Okay.
Okay, this is opening up. The charger's powering up.
Do you need a flashlight?
Nope. Muscle memory. Don't pull on anything. They're under tension.
This isn't his first rodeo, folks. Here, Cord.
Wow, look at the cable length on this thing.
I think you didn't need to go that far.
Yeah, I got pretty close.
Yeah. I yelled stop and you kept going. But yeah, traffic's crazy right now.
Okay, we should be good if we start charging. It just got online. Actually, it's connected to the road. Starting.
This thing's so cute.
Yeah, we got to do a minion wrap on it.
Yeah.
It wide so they can see it. Hell yeah, matching vehicle protocol. The Cybertruck's doing over 300 miles.
Really?
Yeah, holy smokes. Why were we so low in Austin? I ran it until it stopped moving.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
And there's so much elevation change here too.
Yeah, but we are at higher elevation.
So maybe that's better.
Yeah, that helps. And it was a nice day compared to the cold temperatures in Austin, but still amazing. Ryan's on track to do over 400. Come on, baby, charge. Let's go.
My jacket's about to
Yeah. You're grabbing her jacket. Matching vehicle protocol, hell yeah. Safety inspection. This is just putting high voltage on the cable, making sure there's no high voltage leaks or ground issues, which I'm amazed this is all grounded, but I guess the generator's grounded. And we're charging under load. High five. Hell yeah. The plan works.
Yeah.
And here's the turbo spooling on that bad boy. So it takes about a minute. The second power module will come up. We'll do 40 kilowatts and we'll get you just enough to get literally 3 miles up the road to the charger. You timed that perfectly. Way better than I did.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at timing and numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what the senses are, but
Yeah, your spidey senses are
I
great.
do. I got some tingly senses.
Yeah, well, we're putting energy in so the Rivian is saved. Great. And yeah, so they're going to hook up the Cybertruck to the trailer and bring it to the Loveland supercharger.
Okay, Will's all
Will's,
set?
yeah, Will's right on Brandon's butt. It was great.
really?
I filmed them going by.
He has his trailer? How does that
Yeah, he's got his Lightning with his winch on the trailer.
But it's like 4 feet off the ground.
It tilts.
Oh,
Okay, there we go,
fancy.
40 kilowatts. All right, well, let's just stand.
In the car.
Yeah, we'll sit in the car, seatbelts on. That's the safest place. All right, Alyssa, that was freaking awesome. Let's go here with the medium brightness on the lights. Yeah. So we have 9% in this truck.
Yeah,
And Ryan's about to die.
yeah, so we probably need to go and charge.
Yeah, so this is where we are, and this is where the charger is. So let's just see how far away we are. I mean, it's literally right up the road. So 3 miles. I'll get there at 8%. Don't precondition. I don't want to burn the juice. No. Okay, great. So I'll get there with plenty of charge, maybe 5%, something like that. We'll juice up on the fast charger, and then I'll go bring the mobile charger over to Ryan.
All right, so we have the flatbed all ready to get on. We're about to put the hooks right on the Cybertruck right now. Then we can get it pulled on there. Right now, Kyle is charging the Rivian with Alyssa. Time to recover this thing. All right, I'll get inside. Yeah. Okay, closing the front. I'm also gonna open it when we get back on. So now to go into here, put on the brake. All right, we are in transport mode. All right, you ready? Yeah, go. All right. There we go. I was on the brake. Am I good? Am I lined up?
You're good right there, yep.
Okay. Just let me know when to straighten out. All right, this is interesting. I've been put up. Huh? All right, so we are on here. Getting up on the flatbed. Can I straighten out?
Back end's climbing up on the That's a heavy truck.
We are on the flatbed.
Okay, brakes.
I'm really impressed with this. Let's get this to a supercharger though. Okay, there we go. We're leveling out now. There we go. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna pop the hood. Oh, I just lost power.
Oh shoot, I was gonna say, do you have anything left?
Okay, so we're good to get to the super. You're good, right? Everything's on?
I'd keep my foot on the brake for a
Okay.
second. Well, no, I got
No, it's completely in park right now. It's completely out. Oh my gosh.
switch cables on and everything.
Okay, so we're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it work when the
No. So I have to call Kyle because this is completely dead. But they have a way to get power back to the 48 volt.
Okay.
So,
Start tying it down.
okay. Here we go. Cybertruck on. Window open. Okay. Cybertruck is on the flatbed right now. Wow, this thing is pretty big on here. But now I gotta figure out because the whole Cybertruck just died on me. Never had a Tesla completely die on me before. Oh, I think I just...
Oh, we have 1 mile. Wow, I'm doing good on this timing thing with you guys. Yeah, it took a while for the buffer to reach, and so now we're at 1 mile away, and I think like Kyle said, it's only 3 miles to the charging station, so should only need to be here for a couple more minutes, and then we'll hit the road and I'll get to charging and Kyle will get to saving other humans.
We're all good?
We're all good.
Okay,
Got
great.
enough
So
charge.
if you got 2%, that's plenty to get you back because we put in 8.5 kilowatt hours. Oh, we spent too much time. So can you just hit stop charging and then I'll wrap up the cable and we'll go? Thanks.
Do you need help wrapping it?
All right, all good. Yeah, I need help wrapping. I'm just going to shut down the generator.
All right, Cybertruck is just about loaded on here. We are just getting the back tires, the back wheels locked into place. Front ones are locked in with the recovery hooks right here. And then we're gonna bring this to the office and I gotta jump the 48 volt system with, I don't know how, it's some kind of thing. Gotta record that. I'll show you guys how to do it. Kyle will also show you if he, I don't know how to do that. But yeah, this is pretty crazy just sitting on a flatbed like this.
Okay, so I think this is it. That's as much power as it'll give, and we're going downhill, so we're actually not that far from Wellington, so worked out.
Okay, seatbelts on, chargers all shut off, and cables are wrapped up. Yeah, we got to work on a little bit of the cable management situation. I'm using bungee cords, and it's a little bit unwieldy. We'll wait for a little gap in traffic, and then we'll go. 9%. They just replaced my Bluetooth module because of this issue. It doesn't seem to have been fixed. Okay, so let's wait for a little gap, and then 9%. Gotta get this thing up to speed.
And just like that, back on the road, 2%. And just right up here is the charger, and I'll plug her in, get her juicing. Kyle needs to juice up a little bit more too before he heads back on the road. and then yeah, it's time to go save the Silverado. But so far every car has really performed well, and it goes to show that science is not too linear. It changes. Wind, weather, degrees, whatever it might be, can be a different result. So you never know. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
All right, we have the F-150 Lightning with the Cybertruck loaded on top. We are fully down. Oh, and there they are. There's Kyle with the Rivian with the diesel generator. I was wondering who was honking at us like that.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're fully loaded and ready to go. So we're gonna go head to the office and try to jump the 48 volt and hopefully get this thing charging.
Okay, so this worked out actually extremely well. I mean, like that's as much gas as it can give it, like less than 15 kilowatts. I've been below 70, and this is the Wellington exit.
We are now pulling into the charging station, and I see Colton down there charging the Lightning. So great. So he's made it back down to the area. That's great. I got to charge this up, and Ryan just passed us. So he's now on the south side of Wellington. So he is, yeah, he said he was dead, but yeah, he said he was going to keep going. So we'll see how far he goes. But I got to juice this up and go get to him ASAP as possible. Michael Scott quote.
Okay, as you can see, it is slowing down extremely slowly. Still going 55, still giving me about 12-ish kilowatts. Done 432 and a half miles. We'll see how far this can coast. I'll go a little bit further. I don't want to be going like 8 miles an hour on the freeway here, but 55's all right.
And there goes the Silverado with the flashers on. It looks like Ryan is about to pull over right now.
Picking up all the dust there.
Well, the My Electric Home Rivian returns unscathed. Thumbs up, and yeah, there's little Ollie waiting patiently. So yeah, those guys can share power because they're not in a rush. I need full juice, so these two are shared, so this should give me maximum power. Again, we only get 40 kilowatts from our diesel generator, and yeah, this will give us 150 kilowatts. I think they're 350 amp limited cables. So anyway, we'll juice up here until Ryan says he's dead, then I'll unplug and go get him.
All right, we're on our way to the office right now. The Cybertruck is in the back.
The alert and use voice commands.
Hopefully we can get everything working.
It said drivetrain power lost, pull over safely. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Out of energy, charge vehicle now. Okay, as you can see, out of energy, charge vehicle now. Okay, and 434 miles at 2 miles per kilowatt hour. Now, I would love to show you more information, but it's all frozen. Can't use it, can't access it. So that's that. That's the information we have. 434 miles at 2 miles per kilowatt hour.
Are you on the frontage road or on the highway?
Actually, probably highway.
Okay, highway. And then are you all the way on the right side? Can I get the trailer near you?
I did the best I can. I have two wheels still on the concrete, but as much on the grass as I can.
Okay, cool. How far'd you go?
434 miles.
What did the Lucid do?
436.
Whoa!
Wow.
So it's the same, but we really need to run those both on the same day now. Those are the two range kings. You know, the Cybertruck went over 300. All right, well, Ryan is dead. I think we've put in enough buffer into my truck. And you just went in to get some Gatorade water. We've only been charging like, I don't know, a few minutes, something like that. Let's see, we're at 16%. Yeah, let's go get Ryan. Let's not make him wait. So what have we been charging? 8 minutes. Wow, we've put in 17 kilowatt hours. Yeah, this thing really needs 500 amps to charge fast, which this is only a 350 amp charger. So let's go get Ryan. There we go. And then we'll be done with this. Got to figure out how to start the Cybertruck. So coming soon. Letting those quad motors sing as we're on our way to go get Ryan. So we're charged up to 17%, just light throttle application, but also swift in haste. Coming in for a pit stop. Oh, he did pull off pretty far. Yeah, we could squeeze the generator in there. Yeah, actually that's not bad. Worst case, I'll just squeeze the generator in as close as we can. Let's come up with a plan. It's not ideal, let's just say that, but thankfully the roads are empty.
And there he is with the diesel generator. Beautiful. And here we finagle ourselves. Yep.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we're plugged in. Start. Come on, baby. Charge the Silverado. You can do it. I'm gonna stand on this side of the road just so I can keep an eye on what's coming this way. Yeah, communications gone through. Safety inspections done. Wow, this actually works.
This is amazing.
There we go. We got the beep and it's delivering power.
Sweet.
Ripping 40 kilowatts, good stuff. Well, we'll let her juice up for a bit. I say we wait in the Silverado and then we'll be good to go. Ryan, this is, how many kilowatt hours do you think you pulled out of this thing?
I did 434 miles and it said 2 miles per kilowatt hour.
So what is that?
217.
217. So that's about what we thought, about 215 usable. And if we have a 40 kilowatt charging source, how long would that take?
It's some pretty basic math.
I'll let you do the math since it's so basic. Yeah, it's really going well here.
Yeah, how many times does 40 go into 217?
I don't know. 217's hard. 240's easy.
Guys, we have these smartphones here. You do know that, right?
Yeah. It would take 5.4 hours, assuming no top charge taper.
There we go.
So 5.5 hours to fully charge this.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Not bad. I think it does taper up top though. So let's just call it 6 hours.
Yeah, 6, probably a bit more with losses. It's not 100% efficient.
Yeah, I wonder how big the tank is in our diesel generator to charge our Silverado.
I'm pretty sure they said it was 150 gallons, but I don't know.
So maybe just enough by the time we have all the efficiency.
All right, we are at the office right now. We have the Lightning towing the Cybertruck. So we're gonna move it forward right now. Grab the cable just to measure. You're good. All right, so now I gotta figure out how to jump the 48 volt system.
All right, the Silverado shows 7 miles of range at 1%. Before you unplug, I'll hit stop charging. I just want to see how many kilowatt hours we've dispensed into it. We've been charging for 7 minutes. We put in 4.8 kilowatt hours, and you just have to go right over there. So I think we got enough juice. So let's stop charging. This Autel's like, why every time do I charge? Is it at 0%? Yeah. So, free charging, Colton. Amazing. End state of charge, 1%. Proper. All right, well, I'll roll up the cable and we're done for the day.
We just found the loop to open up the frunk. So I have these two pieces right here. All I'm missing is the battery to pop this open. Once we get that, we can pop the frunk open, start charging the low voltage battery, and then start charging the big battery. For anyone wondering, if you need to jump it, it's right up in here. So really weird place. I had to look for the owner's manual. I took a few pieces of trim off. I took this off on here just to see, and still wasn't there. So I gotta pop this back on actually. There we go. All right. Does not go very far.
So plug these in. It's not hooked up on that end yet. Make sure it's going to touch. Okay. Red. Are you ready?
Yep. Aha!
Aha!
We got it open. You might need to do it one more time, actually. Oh, no, it's just very... Yeah, it's just very heavy because it's powered, but it stays at least. There we go. I just don't want to push too hard because struts, but we got it open. So now we have to take this off, which is, yeah, unplug that. And then we might actually be able to charge it with that, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
So there is a panel in here I'm supposed to take off. Let me figure that out real quick. Okay. Breaking anything up doesn't sound great.
It doesn't.
Just a clip, I guess.
It's only $120,000 pop.
Yeah. 5 set of clips. All right. All clips are but one are accounted for. So we'll break one.
We lose one.
Let's replace that piece. Okay. So 12-volt battery.
Look like that.
Yes. I think. No. That's the fire loop that disconnects the high voltage. So yeah. That is the low voltage battery right there. So I don't really know how we're supposed to jump that. But I'm gonna look at the manual and figure it out. So we got this cover off. We're gonna put the positive here, the negative here, and hopefully start charging the battery. So we got the red, and then we got the ground, or positive, and then ground. And this is straight from the owner's manual. Okay, so I'm not really sure how long it has to go on, but I can actually, here, let me get on this side of the truck. Oh, jeez. Okay, let me pop this door open. Okay, go. All right, we have lights. We have lights on the Squircle. It just, oh, it's moving itself all weird. Good sign, good sign. Let's see if we get power on the screen. We at least have this. So I'm curious if we're able to charge.
The door light's on.
Okay, door lights are on. Dome lights are on. So we have power. Maybe I'll shut this for a little bit and we can try to let it charge. Let's see. Can I open the charge port?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So now we can. Gotta climb back up. Oh, it's turning back on.
Yeah.
It's turning back on. We have life. I can probably pop this open with this. There we go. We have life. The Cybertruck is back on. Okay. This is great. This is great. Here's the adapter.
Okay.
And then we used to get the cable. And then it should plug in. Let's see. Come on, come on. And we're charging. Okay. It took a lot of work, but the Cybertruck is charging. I think we can disconnect the 12 volt now.
Let's do that.
Because it should have power. Yeah, let me just double check that it's fully, yeah, it's 21 hours, 30 minutes remaining.
Fan up here.
Oh, that's just the air. Or something cooling. All right, so yeah, we're getting 6 kilowatts right now and 30 amps. Everything seems to be working right now. So we successfully made it back. That is great news. Really glad we got that figured out. So we're gonna let this charge for a little bit.
While we put Kyle's truck back
Yeah,
together.
we gotta put this thing back together.
So, weird news, we put a few kilowatt hours into the Silverado and it just wouldn't start. And we were like, what the heck? So then we went to go put a few more in and now it's not dead. Like the 12 volts working, everything's working. It's just not accepting a charge. and it won't let us go into drive, and there's no way for us to shut it off. We've like had the seatbelt on, take the seatbelt off, open the door. There's no like off button. So we, normally I keep a toolbox in the front of my Rivian, but I actually had it out for something and I just assumed it was in there. It wasn't. No big deal. Will and Brandon are gonna drive up here and bring us a 10 mil, which I think is all we need to pop the 12 volt off. So we're just gonna pull the 12 volt, put the 12 volt back on, and we'll be good to go. Well, now we've got a party. We gotta get the Silverado going. It's showing 2%, 0 miles now. This one's good to go. Alyssa just came by to hang out. And we got you guys coming in your Lightning. So, Will, can't thank you enough for all the help, dude. All part of the fun. Thank you, sir. Yep, should be good. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try and pull the 12 volt on this thing. Get it going.
Just take it to the charger.
After doing just a very quick 12 volt reset, the Silverado woke back up and it said 2% state of charge, which is when we unplugged it. It started right up. All was good. We probably should have put more energy in it from dead, but we were good to go. The only problem is the hood was popped to the first latch, but I wasn't about to stop moving. I just needed to get it about 2 miles to the charger. So I pulled the 12 volt and turned it back on, and it's randomly running now. So what I'm gonna do is come down this way and off-road this thing to the charging station on the frontage road. So let's just do some wheeling. Hell yeah, brother. I just don't want to get out of this thing. So now we're on the frontage roads. I'm just not putting on headlights. 2% though. So let's go run it. I mean, it should be all right. Climb it off, headlights off, flashers on. Yeah, but oh no, speed limited to 26. We've left a few trucks in the dust back there, and we are cruising on the frontage road at 26. It says stop vehicle and close your hood. So maybe it's only doing 26 because the hood isn't closed. Well, that's fine with me. That's probably more efficient anyway. The hood's latched. It's just to unlatch it again, I would have had to put it in park, and I'm like, I'm not sure this thing would let me in gear again. So we're just cruising back like this. Plenty of visibility. We're on the frontage road. No one's around. Totally fine. So we had plenty of range to make it back to the charger. Still at 2%. I'm not sure why it wouldn't let us go into gear after we did that initial charging session, and then it was like, no, instead of 7 miles, you're 0. And then we pulled the 12 volt, recycled it, and it's good to go. I guess if you own a Chevy Silverado, I've now in the last week had to pull 12 volts twice on these things, and honestly it solves the problem so far. 2 different issues and a single fix. So just carry a 10 millimeter with you on a long extension, and yeah, you can pretty much solve all your problems right there. And of course we can't blame the Chevy for any of this. This was us. We ran all the trucks to dead. We charged it up, probably not enough, and it wasn't enough to hit a threshold. I don't know, it doesn't matter. And just charge up more than 1% after you're dead. Otherwise, yeah, it should be good. Okay, let's see if it charges on the charge point now. This is all part of the fun. We are plugged in now. This is is it the same unit? No, I charged the Cybertruck on this one earlier. Things sounded good. It just latched. It's going through vehicle communications. Contactors are clicking. It all is sounding good. It's showing 8 miles of range now, 2%. So yeah, it shouldn't be an issue at this point. I'm hoping. Yeah, contactors are going, and we should be charging here in a second. And here's Will pulling up with his Lightning in the trailer. He's got a very similar spec to our tester Lightning. That one right there. I say it should be good, but it has not started. Oh, there we go. Will it charge? Will it blend? Yes. Good. That was weird. Weird little charging thing there, but yeah, just pull the 12 volt and you're good to go. I spoke to a GM engineer about that this week. He's like, I don't know, just pull the 12 volt and that solves it. So now I can close the hood again. It was just on the first latch. So we'll just hit this. It'll open it all the way, and then we can close her down. So I love that Will has this. Lightning has also got a sick Rivian. So awesome. Oh wait, I didn't even latch it hard enough that time. Will it soft close? It should. If I push down on it. Yeah, there we go. Soft closing down. Nice. Cool. So yeah, all good, Ryan. Okay, thanks Oliver for all the help, dude, and rescuing everyone. We'll see you later. All right, so this is now charged to 25%. I think we're pretty good to head back to the office. Dude, epic night, running the Cybertruck all the way down.
All the way to past 0.
Yeah, how long were you at 0 for? It must have been a while.
at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I was at 0 when I was in Colorado, like right when I got into Colorado.
Oh, yeah, damn, really? So you just were driving forever?
I was honestly worried I was going to run out on the highway, but then I saw I just kept getting closer and closer to Wellington. And
Yeah.
it was not even that far down from the frontage road.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you died like right over there.
Yeah, and then I literally died on a hill.
Yeah, that's right.
It just started coasting, and then I just, like, I couldn't go. I saw there was no power bar. It
Yeah.
just was blank. There was nothing there.
It just gave up.
And then it was just coasting. I could have braked, but it just kept going. I just stopped when it got on top of the
Get
hill.
every last 1/10 of a mile out of it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, well, let me stop charging on this and then we'll get everything back. That was a successful day of range testing. A very complicated day of range testing, but a successful day. Let's have a wrap-up clip with all the final stats and everything. Stop. Yes, and then we'll be good to go. Guys, I can't thank you enough for watching another out-of-spec range test. Definitely the craziest one we've done, running 4 trucks at the same time and running them all to dead. I'm not sure we'll do this again. Maybe we will. I'd like to find an oval track just to do 70 miles an hour at in our area. I don't like running out on the side of the road. Truly, it's just not something we should be doing. But hey, it was all for science. It was for a cool experiment. And I can't thank you guys enough for watching. All the trucks are charged up, healthy, driving normally as of today. And yeah, time to get this video up for you guys to watch. So keep an eye on the Out of Spec podcast. Keep an eye on Out of Spec Motoring, where we raced all of these trucks across the country from Jacksonville to San Diego. And we'll see you on another one again soon. Bye-bye.